Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Car Conversations. I hope you're doing well. And I just wanted to jump on and challenge you today with something I was challenged with over the weekend. And that is the reminder to always be learning, always be the student, never stop learning. It is so important that we have that mentality and that attitude, and the humility to go, I haven't arrived, quote unquote. Just because I've been doing something for a long period of time doesn't mean there isn't something that I can learn. Period. Right. And I had the opportunity to do that over the weekend. I'm leading music in our church with a friend of mine, and by God's grace, I've been doing that off and on, mostly on, for over 20 years. I'm no expert at all, but I've had a lot of experience in doing it. I've had a lot of opportunity to fail. I've had a lot of opportunity to mess up, and so this weekend was one of those moments. Had great rehearsal. We knocked out the rehearsal. Everything went well. We figured out which parts each of us were doing, and the service starts, and you just sometimes your brain just goes. And I jumbled up some lyrics to one of the first songs, and that didn't matter though, because what's great, and I'm not going to get into the details of this in this video, but one of the great things about singing the word together with the saints on the Lord's Day with the church is it's congregational singing. And so it's I may start the song, but everybody joins in and sings. And so if I have a moment where my brain says no, uh, you will not sing the correct lyrics, you just won't, just back away from the mic, and the words are up on the screen, and people were singing, so it wasn't a big deal, but it reminded me that that I needed to put more work in, into making sure that I had those lyrics memorized and down. And it's not that I didn't put the work in, I did, but I just wasn't as diligent in that area this week, and I know that, and we have to have the humility to be able to recognize that, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this, is have the humility to do some self-examination and to go, okay, how can I learn, how can I grow from that? And then number two, that's the first part. The second part is, I was leading music with this guy who's hasn't been doing it as long as I have, and he was a little nervous and trepidatious at first, but he locked in, and he taught me some things, like just watching him and his process, and I'm like, man, I want to adopt that, right? So always be open to that. Always be the student. Always be learning. Always be growing, and stay humble. Have the humility to do some self-examination, and some self-discipline, right? To go, okay, like I got to make some changes, and then put in the work, put in the time. Preparation matters. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to be a student, you want to be learning, you want to be growing, you want to be a pro, you have to be prepared. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on and say that, right? So always be the student, always be learning, always be growing, always be humble, and be willing to have the hard conversations with yourself, and to reach out to others and say, hey, what'd you think about this? How could I improve? One of my favorite questions to ask the people around me all the time is like, hey, what do you think? Got any questions, comments, concerns, or emotional outbursts? So yeah, just want to jump on and say that. Here's your reminder. Everything you think, say, do, and desire, honor the Lord. Always be the student. Be a pro. Be an everyday patriot. I love you. Talk soon.